Coming up on 5 Minute News. January 6 panel recommends Mark Meadows for criminal prosecution. US diplomat's wife to face UK court after fleeing fatal car crash. And George Floyd killer Derek Chauvin to change plea to guilty. It's Tuesday, December 14. I'm Anthony Davis. The U.S. House Select Committee investigating the Capitol attack on Monday voted to recommend the criminal prosecution for former Trump White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, punishing Donald Trump's most senior aide for refusing to testify about the 6th of January insurrection. The Select Committee advanced the Contempt of Congress report for Meadows unanimously, sending the matter to a vote before the full House of Representatives, which is expected to approve the citation as soon as today. The Select Committee said Meadows should be prosecuted since he refused to testify even about information he voluntarily provided to the panel through his own document production and conceded were not covered by claims of executive privilege advanced by Trump. Meadows turned over about 9,000 documents as part of a cooperation deal in his effort to engage with the inquiry to a degree in order to avoid an immediate criminal referral that befell other Trump administration aides who defied subpoenas. Meadows provided emails and text messages, the committee said, showing how integral he was in Trump's efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 election. In one January 5 email, Meadows said the National Guard would be stationed at the Capitol the next day to protect pro-Trump people attending the planned rally protesting the election's outcome, according to the committee. Meadows also used a personal cell phone, 2 personal Gmail accounts, and a Signal messaging account for official government business, according to the report released on Sunday, in breach of rules that govern White House archiving of official business. The wife of a US diplomat is due to face a London court hearing next month over a fatal car crash in England, in a case that led to diplomatic tensions between Britain and the United States. 19-year-old Harry Dunn died after his motorcycle was in a collision in August 2019 with a car driven by Anne Secoulis near RAF Croughton, an Air Force base in the English county of Northamptonshire that is used by the US military. Secoulis left Britain immediately after the accident, claiming diplomatic immunity from criminal prosecution. The United States has refused to extradite her. The case will be heard at Westminster Magistrates Court on January 18, with British media reporting Secoulis would appear by video link. The law firm representing Secoulis, however, said there was no agreement at this time. Secoulis' lawyer in 2020 said that she would not return voluntarily to potentially face jail for a terrible but unintentional accident. The CPS statement on Monday did not specify the charge she would face, but the agency previously said it would charge her with causing death by dangerous driving. In the years since the crash, Dunn's parents, with the support of the British government, have campaigned for Secoulis to be prosecuted in Britain. In 2019, Dunn's parents travelled to the White House for a meeting with then-President Donald Trump, who surprised them by revealing that Secoulis was in an adjoining room. Dunn's parents declined to meet her. Earlier this year, the then-British Foreign Minister Dominic Raab said the path was clear for British authorities to see whether a virtual trial or other process involving Secoulis could be used to allow some accountability and some solace and justice for the Dunn family. Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin appears to be on the verge of pleading guilty to violating George Floyd's civil rights, according to a notice sent out yesterday by the court's electronic filing system. The federal docket entry shows a hearing has been scheduled for Wednesday for Chauvin to change his current not guilty plea in the case. These types of notices typically indicate a defendant is planning to plead guilty, though nothing will be official until it happens in court. The court system also sent out instructions for media to attend the hearing. Chauvin has already been convicted of state murder and manslaughter charges for pinning his knee against Floyd's neck as the black man said he couldn't breathe during a May 25, 2020 arrest. He was sentenced to 22.5 years in that case. He and 3 other former officers were set to go to trial in late January on federal charges, alleging they willfully violated Floyd's rights. The information sent out on Monday gives no indication that the other officers intend to plead guilty. Mark Osler, a professor at the University of St. Thomas School of Law, said any potential prison time that Chauvin would face in the federal case would likely be served at the same time as his state sentence, but the federal term has the potential to be much longer, up to life in prison. By claiming responsibility, Chauvin can get a shorter federal sentence. It's also possible he could arrange to serve his sentence in the federal system, which would benefit him since he has been in solitary confinement in Minnesota, and he would have more options federally. Still, Osler said transferring a defendant to the federal system happens rarely. You can subscribe to 5 Minute News on YouTube with your preferred podcast app. Ask your smart speaker or enable 5 Minute News as your Amazon Alexa flash briefing skill. Subscribe, rate and review online at 5minute.news. 5 Minute News is an Evergreen podcast covering politics, inequality, health and climate, delivering independent, unbiased and essential world news daily.